Good evening. Good evening and welcome. I'm Mrs. Oskin, and on behalf of Dr. Boylan, Mrs. Rowland, and Mr. Fong, I'd like to welcome all of our benefactors, our teachers, families, and the outstanding scholars of the class of 2022. Tonight, our students will be recognized for their efforts in the classroom, the athletic field, in the arts, and in service to community. Each student here epitomizes the greatness we find within ourselves when we face a crisis. If the students could flourish during COVID, they have a great head start on future success. We're going to begin the program by recognizing our scholars and then follow up with presentations by awards and scholarships. The Scholar Awards tonight, and those will be the students that are listed in the program, are our students who have maintained at least a 3.5 grade point average for at least 3 out of 4 marking periods this year. Now, there are students who still may qualify for the 4th marking period, but grades aren't finalized for the next 2 days or so for seniors. So at this time, Mrs. Rowland will announce our scholars for our Scholar Awards.
A first-year scholar receives an academic excellence pin to be worn on their graduation gown. The following students are receiving an academic pin this evening: Nicholas Dyer, Caroline Dinka, Sydney Horvat, Ethan Luco, William Anthony Mitchell, Charles Oberhall, Jillian Perry, Caitlin Postupak, Sean Zemansky. Jesse Wheeler. The second-year award recipients will receive a Navy cord to be worn at graduation as well. The following seniors will receive this award. Nigel Floyd. Shane Jablonski, excuse me. Isabella Legger, excuse me. Brooke McElhatton. Nathaniel Melvin. The students who are receiving the silver cords are students who have earned the GPA for the third year in a row. The following seniors will receive this award. Zachary Jones. Trevor Penton. Karen Rushnock. Dylan Sellinger. Abigail Siwak. And Carly Walton. A fourth-year scholar receives a gold cord to be worn at graduation. The following students will be receiving their gold cords. Zachary Bartoff. Georgia Brothers. Donovan Callahan. Ian Campbell. Brandon Corey. Ethan Kraushaw. Dominic Farah. Allison Fisher. Lydia Flanagan. Kimley Hong. Caden Ireland. Sarah Kelly. Jessica Kowalkowski. Kate Liner. Alana Leslie. Rihanna McChesney. Miranda Naylor. Rebecca, Newell. Travis Newell. Anna Novak. Reese Pallone. Rex Rayberg. Jack Sassani. Haley Schultz. Brooke Stove. In addition, this year, we have a multicolored academic cord for those students who reached a 4.0 or greater GPA for every term of every year in high school. Zachary Bartoff. Georgia Brothers. Donovan Callahan. Ian Campbell. Dominic Farah. Allison Fisher. Lydia Flanagan. Kimley Hong. Caden Ireland. Sarah Kelly. Jessica Kowalkowski. Alana Leslie. Miranda Naylor. Rebecca Knoll. Travis Knoll. Anna Novak. Rex Rayberg. And Jack Sassani. Congratulations.
At this time, we're going to begin the portion of our program to recognize scholarship and award winners presented by the benefactors from our community. Sadly, not all of our students are here, but the state track meet is happening and they're there competing, so that's why some of the students aren't available tonight to get their awards, but we'll make sure that they get them at a later date. At this time, presenting the West Arm Physical Therapy and Home Health Scholarship are Mr. Brian Jacob and Miss Kristen DeStefano.
Okay, we're here to present the West Arm Physical Therapy and Home Health Award to the one student that is going to pursue either a career in physical therapy, occupational therapy, or in nursing. And every year we get quite a few qualified candidates for the scholarship. And this year we have picked one candidate that's going to be pursuing physical therapy at Slippery Rock next year, and we find her to be a very promising candidate for this career. So we're happy to award it to Caitlin Poshtapak.
Presenting the Masker of the Year Award will be Mr. Martin Conley.
At the end of each year, Burrell High School Theater Company presents two seniors with its most prestigious award, the Masker of the Year Award. These are typically presented to one member of the acting company and one member of the technical staff. These are students who have shown artistic excellence, a respect for their craft, and leadership skills across their 4 years with the company. And while it'll be sad to see both of these students walk out of this auditorium for the last time, I am thankful for the time I've had with them and the contributions they brought to the productions here on this very stage. I'm also grateful for this opportunity to wish them well as they move on to pursue bigger and better things and recognize their accomplishments. Ella Uzuk's immense talents have been evident since she first appeared on stage with the BHS Theater Company, but never balked at supporting roles. In 3 of her first 4 productions, she appeared as ensemble, soldier, and eunuch. But in the fall of 2019, she showed an aptitude for challenging material as Ross in Shakespeare's Macbeth. She would go on to play Mrs. Fox from the Roald Dahl classic Fantastic Mr. Fox, and brought a house that was much smaller than she deserved to tears as Jo March in Little Women through the worst of the pandemic. This year, she led the company in the lead role of Artist Retreat as Mother D, the first play to be premiered at Burrell High School. In the spring, took on the title role of the Drowsy Chaperone. And yet her exceptional talent never kept her from showing up on Saturday mornings to hammer nails and paint flats. Of course, another staple in this room on Saturday mornings for the last 4 years has been Kimley Hong. I promised myself I wouldn't say a ton about Kimley because that simply isn't what she would want. But I will say that she has unflaggingly seen this group through 8 of its most ambitious productions and taken the point on construction of 2 most ambitious sets during my time here. I've been privileged to get to know Kimley well enough to discover her rather pointed and merciless sense of humor, which has kept me laughing through all the struggles of the last 2 years, and my AR period will feel more than a little empty next year without her sitting across from me. Thank you both, Kimley and Ella, for lending us your talents for the past 4 years. I can't imagine how differently our productions would have looked without either of you, and I am intensely proud of what we have accomplished together, and look forward to seeing what your talents bring to others in the future. Watch out for that.
Presenting the John Butch Lipit Athletic Scholarship and the Burrell Education Foundation Scholarships is Mrs. Joni Paddock.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Joni Paddock, and as Ms. Oskin said, I'm here to present the John Butch Lipit Academic and Athletic Scholarship. Sam Huey started this scholarship about 7 years ago for my father, and we really appreciate it, and he's still a supporter, so we do appreciate that. You may know John Butch Lipit as a neighbor, as a fellow parishioner at the church, a fan in the stands, or you may know him as the voice of the Bucks. For many, many years, he's volunteered his voice to support Burrell High School athletics. I know him as Dad. This scholarship is scored equally parts on academic and athletics, particularly focusing on a diversity in athletics. To the seniors that applied to this program, this scholarship, thank you. Thank you very much. You've made scoring the scholarship very difficult, but your achievements and your aspirations are really appreciated and makes me proud to say I'm a Burrell alum. So congratulations to all of you. This year's recipient has excelled in the classroom, achieving a 4.4 grade point average. She has, during her time at Burrell High School, played and led on the volleyball court, the track, the basketball court, and the soccer field. She's heading to Penn State to major in biomedical engineering. It is my pleasure to announce Anna Novak as the recipient. All right, now I'm gonna switch gears, and as a member of the Burrell Education Foundation, I'm going to present those scholarships as well. BEF is an organization dedicated to support school district and community events, including mini grants that support innovative products that aren't covered by the school budget, and these senior scholarships. Funding is derived from a few fundraisers during the year. There's a golf outing at Hillcrest Country Club on June 13th. There is a spaghetti wine dinner planned at Wooden Door Winery August 11th. And then usually in February sometime there's a bowl-a-thon. So if any of those interest you, we always welcome support. We are awarding 5 $1,000 scholarships this year. I will call the names. If you hold your applause, they can come up together and we can recognize them collectively. The winners of this year's scholarship from the BEF is Sarah Kelly, Elena Leslie, Anna Novak, Reese Pallone, and Dominic Farah. And I think Dominic Farah is a track.
The Burrell Swim Booster Scholarship will be presented by Mrs. Samantha Callan, coach.
Hi everyone. So my name is Samantha Callan. I am actually the head swim coach, also an alum, still looks the same. So I've been the head coach for 9 years. We developed this scholarship for the accomplishments of just swimming. So these student athletes work very, very hard. Swimming is not very easy. We have a small team because it takes a lot of work. So I wanted to make sure that we recognize, currently we have a swimmer that is at states. Swimmers can run. So we have a swimmer that is an honorable mention for a recipient of one of these scholarships, which is Isabella Leaguer. Our bronze recipient is going to be Ryan Griffith. Come on up. Our silver recipient is Carly Walton. And then our gold recipient couldn't be here tonight. Her name is Grace Giordano, so just make sure you give her a round of applause. Thank you.
Dr. John Boylan will present the Dr. John C. Boylan Senior Memorial Scholarship, the Kaminsky CPA Business Scholarships, and the Burrell Boys Basketball Booster Scholarship.
So before I begin tonight, I'd like to recognize a few folks that were responsible for this evening. Mrs. Oskin behind me is our guidance department chair, Mrs. Carla Rowland, who read the names earlier, and Mr. Vietfom, who's also in our guidance department. And I don't think we can see her, but Mrs. Lisa Yank, the guidance secretary, who organizes all of this event, is absolutely outstanding. And I also want to do a shout out to Cole Kaiser for live streaming the event tonight. Thank you very much. Of course, I want to thank our benefactors for sharing with our kids. I know they appreciate it very much, as I said to you in the library earlier. But I want to take a moment and sincerely congratulate each and every senior who is here this evening. I will have the opportunity to speak to you as a class at large next week. But I want to take a moment and thank all of you for your hard work and input into the educational process. Tonight's a celebration of the output, the fruits of your labor. But I want to commend you for the hard work that it's gotten you here. Whether it's academic, artistic, or athletic recognition, you've all worked very hard to earn these accolades this evening, and I want to thank you. So the first scholarship that I have this evening is in honor of my father, who passed away 12 years ago yesterday. My wife and I have offered this scholarship annually to a graduating senior. My father was not only an incredible man, the one thing he'd always do is he would give his shirt off his back to anybody who needed it. So in line with that, I've always selected the scholarship winner as a person who gives back for their school and community and does the extra to make things happen. The young lady that I'm going to announce served as our student representative to the Burrell School Board of Education. She worked tirelessly in our garden over the course of this year, and just this past week led nature walks for our students participating in the middle school camp Houston. This year's recipient of the John C. Boylan Memorial Scholarship is Dylan Sellinger. I know Dylan couldn't make it this evening. The next scholarship that I'm going to talk about is the Chris Kaminsky CPA Business Scholarship. Chris Kaminsky has been a practicing CPA in Lower Burrell and the surrounding area for 33 years. This firm has also been recognized in the Tribune Review as the best tax services company in our region. The candidates for the scholarship were so competitive that it was determined that 3 students would receive the scholarship this year. This year's recipients are Ian Campbell, Ethan Krauscher, who I know is not here, he is participating in the PIA State Track Championships, and Alana Leslie. And the last award that I'll present this evening is the Boys Basketball Booster Award. This year, our varsity basketball team had a really successful season, made the playoffs, and really that was led by the leadership of our entire senior group. Really talented group of kids who came together and did some special things this year. And the person who earned the scholarship this year was probably the biggest leader on the team, someone that's going on to play basketball the next level at Seton Hill University. This year's winner is Brandon Corey.
The Reverend Ken and Mrs. Barb Faust will present the Carrie S. Faust Memorial Scholarship.
Congratulations. As a former teacher of some of you and as community members, we're thrilled with your achievement. We look forward to what's coming next. We're also here to honor our daughter, Carrie. She, like you, was a super student. She was very smart, she was a hard worker, she was caring and loving, and she was a servant leader. She had many dreams and goals in her life. She had a hard time deciding on one or two. Unfortunately, after Carrie's freshman year, she was diagnosed with AML leukemia and went through 6 months of intense chemotherapy in the hospital. And she went into remission, but sadly, a couple of months later, the cancer came back, and she died in 2011. Since then, Reverend Faust and I have presented this scholarship in remembrance of Carrie to help a worthy Burrell student who was chosen by Dr. Boylan. Thank you, Dr. Boylan. This year, it is our privilege to present the Carrie Faust Scholarship to Ian Campbell.
Ms. Jennifer Fulars from Penn State New Ken will present the Penn State University Awards.
Good evening. My name is Jennifer Fulars, and I am the Administrative Assistant for Enrollment Services at Penn State New Kensington. Scholarships at Penn State are a time-honored tradition made possible through the generous donations of alumni, business partners, and individuals who believe in helping our students recognize their potential. A Penn State scholarship is truly an accomplishment of which to be proud. I'm here tonight to recognize 10 graduating seniors who will be attending Penn State New Kensington in the fall. The awards that I am presenting are the Blue and White Scholarship, Commonwealth Campus Award, and Provost Award, totaling $132,000. These awards are given to high school seniors who accepted their offers of admission to the New Kensington campus and who have demonstrated academic excellence through their high school grade point averages. We commend these recipients and trust that they have what it takes to succeed at Penn State University and in their bright futures. Please join me in congratulating the following seniors for the Blue and White Scholarship. Each student will be receiving $2,000 for their first year. There are 5 recipients. I ask that all 5 come up at the stage as I call your names, and if everybody can hold their applause after I give them their award. Genevieve Henderson. Brooke McElhatton. Ryan Shaw. And Michael Swanger. Please join me in congratulating the following senior who has been awarded the Commonwealth Campus Award. This senior will be receiving $2,000 for their first year and $2,000 for their second year, totaling $4,000. Congratulations to Miranda Naylor. Okay. Okay. The final scholarship and award that I am presenting tonight is the Provost Award. The Provost Award is given by the Office of the Executive Vice President and Provost of Penn State. This scholarship is awarded to seniors with exceptional academic achievement and diverse experiences. The Provost Award is competitive, with all domestic first-year admitted students being considered for the award, and less than 15% of the incoming first year's class is awarded. Tonight, I am honoring 5 seniors. Each senior will be receiving $5,000 for their first and second year, then $7,000 for their third and fourth year, totaling $24,000 to each student. Again, I will call the students to come up to receive their award, and please hold your applause. Ian Campbell, Carter Kaufman, Macy Frazier, Rebecca Newell, and Haley Schultz. It's been my pleasure presenting these awards. Have a good evening.
Mrs. Tricia Shank will present the Honka Zollinger Technology Scholarships.
Good evening. I'm Tricia Shank, and I'm a 1987 Burrell grad myself. The awards ceremony has really grown into something phenomenal, and I am so impressed with the number of chords that I saw up here. I mean, really gives you hope for the future, so thank you for all of your hard work. The Honka Zollinger Scholarship is primarily a work ethic scholarship, but you had to also have some achievements as well. And the two recipients this year, I'm sure there was a lot of competition, but I am very proud to present the Honka Zollinger scholarships to Nijay Floyd, and Mackenzie Lippert.
The Officer Brian Shaw Foundation Scholarship will be presented by Mrs. Jacqueline Shaw.
Thank you so much for having us tonight. Can we just say, wow, this is an incredible group of seniors. Congratulations to all of you. I am accompanied up on stage by my in-laws, Lisa Shaw and Stephen Shaw, and I just have to say, you guys are amazing. So thank you. It's an honor to be here. We are presenting the Officer Brian Shaw Foundation Scholarship Awards tonight. There are two of them annually. Some of you may or may not know Officer Brian Shaw. He was a Burrell grad, just like the rest of you are going to be just next week. He was an exemplary student and also athlete as well. The purpose of the Officer Brian Shaw Foundation is to keep Brian's memory alive. And annually, each year, we designate two scholarships to what the board believes are two exemplary students, which all of you truly are. But this year's recipients of the award are Caden Ireland, which we know he's not here, but round of applause. And Anna Novak.
Presenting the Bob Hess Bullpen Club Scholarship is Mr. Jim Hess.
I would first like to thank the faculty, staff, and administration for the opportunity to award our scholarship this evening. I would also like to thank and congratulate all the recipients tonight. In addition, and most important, I would like to congratulate all graduating seniors and wish you good luck in the future. The Burrell Bullpen Club is an organization that supports and promotes baseball for the youth in our community. The club contributed to develop fundamental techniques and improve on the existing skills of our youth. In doing so, it imparted discipline, sportsmanship, commitment, and teamwork. One of the things we provide for is the baseball scholarship. This award is based mainly on baseball achievement, but also takes into account scholastic achievements and other application content. The award is a memorial to a long-standing supporter of all Burrell High School sports, but particularly of baseball, my father, Bob Hess. I'm very pleased to share with you this year that we have decided to award two $1,500 scholarships because the candidates on and off the field performances were so close. Our recipients can be exemplified by the words of the great Chicago Bears linebacker Mike Singletary, who defined succeeding and the love of the game with the following quote: "Do you know what my favorite part of the game is? The opportunity to play." So, as for our award winners, our first recipient was described as, "He is great on the mound, outstanding at the plate with power," and he will be playing at CCAC next year in college. Our second recipient was described as, "Has a sweet swing with a ton of pop, great work ethic," and he will be playing at Mercyhurst College next year. It gives me great honor to award the 2022 Bob Hess Burrell Bullpen Club baseball scholarships to Tristan Kenzevich and Philip Walsh.
Mr. Viet Pham will present the Ron Donakowski Gridiron Scholarship, the Burrell Girls Soccer Booster Scholarship, the Key Tax Energy Scholarship, and the Maggie Cosentino DePerna Scholarship.
Good evening. The Burrell Football Boosters dedicates the Ron Donakowski Scholarship to honor his years of time and effort he devoted towards building the Burrell football program. This year's award goes to Gavin Thompson. I have the honor of this evening of presenting the Burrell Girls Soccer Booster Scholarship for 2022. This year's recipient is Caitlin Poshupak. Keytex Energy has been working in partnership with Burrell School District for the last few years to help reduce and regulate district energy usage. This year's Keytex Energy Scholarship recipient has been awarded to Nick Dyer. Fran Constantino created the Maggie Constantino DePerna Scholarship in memory of his beloved sister to help enhance the education of one of our Burrell High School seniors. This year's recipient is Michael Blubaugh.
I'm sorry we're not more specific in the program, but over the years we've gotten to know a lot of the family members of Mr. Josue, who used to be a teacher here. So one of their family members, who I don't know, will be here right now to present the Joseph Zool Memorial Scholarship.
Congratulations, class of 2022. My name is Lisa Kraus. Josue was my father. He was a teacher at Burrell, as they said, for about 36 years. He taught 10th and 12th grade biology. The Joseph Schul Scholarship was established to honor my father's teaching career, his belief in helping students succeed, and his dedication to education. And on behalf of the Schul family, I want to say thank you to the scholarship committee. They always do a great job of selecting a deserving student who aligns with the criteria we defined. You know, someone that is going into the field of either biology, agriculture, medical, auto repair, does community service, and excels in school. And I have to say, when I saw this year's awardee, I was in awe of her accomplishments. From a very young age, she was involved in community service. At the age of 8, she established a nonprofit. Now, come on, I didn't even know what a nonprofit was at the age of 8. Over the past 10 years, she's organized and hosted various fundraisers to help families in her community who are experiencing cancer, giving without the expectation of anything in return. What an amazing young lady. Excuse me. She holds a job and participates in many extracurricular activities. She's won numerous awards, including a 4-time winner of the Carson Scholar Award. Now, I had to look this up. The Carson Scholar Award is for students who excel academically and are dedicated to serving their community. All I have to say is wow. She plans to pursue a degree in biology and biomedical studies with her ultimate goal to become a trauma surgeon. All of these qualities are what makes her a perfect recipient of this scholarship. So as she moves to the next chapter of her life, we would like to wish Georgia Brothers good luck and much success. You are a driven young lady, and you will go far.
Ms. Madeline Quinn will present the Lower Burrell Lions Club Scholarship.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2022. You all should be so proud of your accomplishments. My name is Maddie Quinn, for those of you that don't know me, and I am here to present the Lower Burrell Lions Club Scholarship on behalf of the Lower Burrell Lions, as I was last year's recipient. The Lions Club motto reads, "We serve," so it's only right for them to choose a student not only with good academic standing, but also who shows leadership and is passionate about helping others through community service. So congratulations to this year's Lions Club Scholar recipient who embodies all of these attributes, Reese Pallone.
Presenting the Sharon Regoli Suferno Memorial Scholarship is Mrs. Rhonda Tursick.
It is a privilege and an honor to be here tonight to present the Sharon Bregoli Suferno Scholarship. As many of you know, Sharon died after a tragic accident while vacationing with her daughter in Mexico. It'll be 5 years this August 14th that she's been gone. But as her father said to me on the day that she died, we are blessed because God gave her to us for 50 years. A day doesn't go by that I don't miss my best friend. She truly was a beautiful human being inside and out. She was kind, caring, and very generous. She had the best sense of humor, and her laugh was contagious. It was always more fun when Sharon was around. God, I miss her. These wonderful attributes poured into her classroom. She truly was a great teacher, and her students would say, Mrs. Suferno always tried to make learning fun. We always did interesting projects instead of just the plain old lessons. If we had a review for a test, she would make it a game, so it was fun to learn. Sharon knew that one of her students' moms had cancer, and the young boy said that Mrs. Seferna told me and my mom not to worry. She would watch over me while I was in school. He said it made him feel really safe because she was like a second mom to me. Another student said that she walked into class one day and she was mad, but it was like in a funny way. He asked her what was wrong, and she said, well, I just found out the results of my heritage on Ancestor.com, and she was so disappointed that she was only 99% Italian. All this and so much more made Sharon such a great teacher. Tonight's recipient owns these qualities, and as she pursues her elementary education degree at Slippery Rock, I know that someday she will also be a great teacher. Brooke Stove.
Presenting the Bob Williams Senior Memorial Rotary Scholarship is Ms. Anita Predabone.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to the graduating seniors. I'm here this evening representing the Bob Williams Rotary Memorial Scholarship. Bob Williams was a prominent member of the Pittsburgh Rotary Club. He had to work hard to help pay for his college expenses, and he went on to become one of the super lawyers of Pittsburgh, and indeed one in the nation. Shortly before his untimely death, he and his family established this endowment to help students like him realize their dreams. This year, we awarded 8 scholarships at $5,000 each to students from throughout the greater Pittsburgh area. There were 23 different high schools represented in the applicant pool. I am proud to announce that one of these recipients is Burrell's own Jessica Kowalkowski. As some of you know, come on up, Jessica. As some of you know, Jessica is an athlete, and she performs with the Pittsburgh Pride All-Star Cheer Competition team. She's an officer with student government. She's a member of the Future Business Leaders of America, an officer of the Reading Railroad program. She was in Spanish Club. She played varsity basketball and ran track, and she was part of the Interact Club. Her community service includes volunteering at the Need Cafe, Light of Life Homeless Shelter, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and Amplify Church. She has also worked 2 jobs. With all this, Jessica holds a 4.23 grade point average and plans on attending the University of Alabama to major in business law. Please join me in congratulating Jessica. Congratulations, you're welcome. Your papers are in, and there's actually a copy. You're welcome. Best of luck to you.
Presenting the Braeburn United Methodist Church Scholarship, the W.J. Stoudemire Memorial Scholarship, and the Mike Zanotti Senior Memorial Scholarship is Mrs. Carla Rowland.
The Braeburn United Methodist Church of Lower Burrell contacted Burrell High School and asked if they could provide 2 Burrell students with a scholarship to assist with postgraduate expenses. The first is for a student who will be attending community college, and the recipient is Christian Burrell. The second is for a student who will be attending a trade and technical school, and the recipient is Mackenzie Lipit. W.J. Bill Stoudemire was an advocate for education. He believed that education makes future opportunities possible. When his father passed during the Depression, he had to quit school to help support the family. Attending night school, he got his high school diploma and then enrolled in the machinist training program with the Pennsylvania Railroad. He became a master machinist and draftsman and later rose to Grand Lodge representative for the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers. His life was a testament to education makes future opportunities possible. The 2022 recipient of the W.J. Stoudemire Memorial Scholarship is Jack Sassani. Michael P. Zanotti was a member of the BHS's class of 1985 and a lifelong resident of Burrell. He had a vast knowledge of mechanics that he passed on to many others, whether it was his friends, neighborhood kids with their first car, or a stranger broken down on the side of the road. He ignited passion in many car enthusiasts and taught them that vehicles are something to take pride in. He spent many days in garages helping friends in need, something he was always happy to do. Mike found passion and took pride in his work and felt that others should do the same. He tragically passed away on July 14, 2018, doing what he would have done on a normal day, helping someone in need. His family recognized Mike's service and love of passing on his knowledge to others and created the Mike Zanotti Memorial Scholarship in his memory. The scholarship is generously donated from the Zanotti family, Michael, Caitlin, Julia, and their mother, Christine, in hopes that the student who receives it will use it to further their knowledge to help others, just like Mike did. The scholarship committee has chosen a student whom they feel embodies the values that Mike had. The Mike Zanotti Memorial Scholarship is awarded to a student not based on their academic merit, but their character. The Zanotti family wants the award to go to a genuinely good person who works hard and takes pride in their work. The Zanotti family is proud to award the scholarship this year to Mackenzie Lipit.
Presenting the Larry M. Ezek Memorial Scholarship associated with the Lower Burrell Flyers is Mr. Justin Ezek.
Good evening, Burrell High School. It's great to be up from Clearwater, Florida. My name's Justin Uzuk, Burrell High School graduate from 1995. I'm here to present the first ever Larry Michael Uzuk Burrell Football Scholarship. Now, Coach Sean Malee here reached out to me about celebrating my late father's community service and passion for Burrell football. My father was the head chef for the Little Flyers for about 30 years when the youth football organization went to Somerset County for football camp. He always believed sports were important for teaching responsibility, accountability, and also dealing with adversity. The scholarship is eligible to those who participated in the Flyers organization and the Burrell Bucks as a cheerleader or a football player. Also, they have to graduate from Burrell with aspirations of going to trade school, college, or even the military. This year, we have two eligible football players, Mr. Caden DiCaprio and Mr. Gavin Thompson. My sister's coach, Melanie Nuttall, Amanda Kunkel, and I interviewed these two young men. My sisters and I stressed the importance of community service and researching financial management at their age. Caden wants to jump into the rural road as a welder. Gavin wants to attend Allegheny College to play football, study education, and become a coach. Both young men are unique in situations to forge a solid future as productive citizens. My dad would be proud of both of them. So let's announce the winner, but before we do, I'd like to remember those important community volunteers that we lost in the past year for a moment. Now let's bring up both men, as both are the first ever winners of this awesome opportunity. Congratulations.
Presenting the Burrell Education Association Scholarship is Mrs. Sybil Federer.
Good evening. As the president of the Burrell Education Association and high school's teacher in the district, I would first like to congratulate this senior class for their outstanding accolades. You are an impressive group, and I have enjoyed watching you progress each year. On behalf of the teachers in Burrell School District, I'm honored to be presenting the Burrell Education Association Scholarship Award to a well-deserving Burrell graduate of 2022. Congratulations, Anna Novak. We are very proud of you and wish you the best of luck in the future.
Presenting the K-9 Officer Derek Kotecki Memorial Scholarships are Mrs. Julie Kotecki and Mrs. Audra Flem.
Good evening. On behalf of the Kotecki family and the Memorial Committee, we would like to congratulate the class of 2022 on all your successes. The Officer Derek Kotecki Memorial Scholarship is given to a basketball player and a first responder. This year, we would like to congratulate Allison Fisher and Gavin Thompson.
Presenting the Kylie Joe Aker Memorial Scholarships is Mr. Tyler Harris.
Good evening. First off, I want to take a moment to congratulate all of the graduating seniors this year for the 2022 class. Your accomplishments are truly, truly impressive, and you all should be very proud. I had the opportunity to sit where you guys sat my senior year back in 2011 and accept an award too, so I hope that this night holds in your guys' memories for a long time, because you guys definitely deserve it. Guys and girls respectively deserve it. So usually I have a speech written out and I read it word for word, but this year something struck me a little bit different, and I said, let's go on an adventure. So you're going to come along on an adventure with me, so bear with me. And I'll get back to why that's important here in just a second. So a little bit about Kylie. Kylie was a classmate of mine, a friend of mine, who passed away back in 2009 of a car accident. She was scheduled to graduate in 2011 with her entire class. Unfortunately, that couldn't happen, but the beautiful thing is we have this scholarship in her memory now to carry on her legacy. So a little bit about Kylie. She was a very good friend, always had a smile on her face, no matter what. She had the unique ability to make your day better just by looking at her, just by seeing her, and even a brief interaction with her made it just that much better. She donated a lot of her free time to volunteer efforts throughout the community. You talk about Bel Air Nursing Home being one of them. She rang bells for the Salvation Army in the freezing cold temperatures outside. She donated a lot of her time to CORE, which is a organ donation company, and then she eventually actually began to work there as well. And she also participated in a lot of extracurricular activities. I believe she was a member of the track and field team. She played softball at a young age as well. So she definitely contributed a lot to just the community and to several different organizations around as well. But also in her free time, the little that she had, because she was so busy with her volunteer time and her academics, she also liked to go on adventures. So that was always her thing, and fittingly enough, I took some time this past week to kind of scroll through Facebook, and she does have a Facebook page, and took some time to scroll through and just kind of soak in some of the memories of Kylie through family members, through friends. And her very last Facebook post back in 2009, September 6, 2009, said, "I'm going on an adventure." And kind of hits home, because her life was an adventure. She got to live that, and ultimately now, you know, she got to make that ultimate adventure to the heaven with the Heavenly Father. So it's kind of a interesting ending to that book, but it's a fitting one too, especially for her life. That was so beautiful. And I'm very, very proud and honored to present these awards every year. So without further ado, thank you for joining me on my adventure. And I want to congratulate the two recipients of the Kylie Jo Aker Memorial Scholarship Award this year. The two recipients will be Caitlin Poshupak and Brooke Stofe.
Presenting the Noah Cornette Wrestling Scholarship is Mr. Ray and Mrs. Pam Cornette.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to the class of 2022. Before we introduce the winner of the Noah Cornette Wrestling Scholarship, I would like to share a few short words and stories about Noah and how the scholarship came to be. As parents to Noah Cornette, we saw him as a typical child and a young adult, someone who truly enjoyed life. He was a helpful student, a dear friend, and a compassionate young man. Noah was always willing to go out of his way on his own intuition to help students. One instance was during a field trip in elementary school. The school would send home the permission slip saying, "Here's what we're going to do, and would you please send $10 for snacks and souvenirs." Noah began asking me for an extra $10 to take on the field trips, which I said yes, but had to ask him why he needed the extra money. He responded that some kids needed help in buying a lunch or a souvenir and did not want them to go hungry or be felt left out. With Noah's big brown eyes and easygoing personality, how could I say no? After Noah's passing, a young lady and her parents came up to us and asked if they could share a memory with us. We said, of course. The young lady told us about her first day here at Burrell High School and how Noah, a rather large, gentle giant, approached her and asked, "Why are you so sad?" She said that she was a new student here at Burrell and did not know anyone. Noah promptly stepped up and said that he would be her friend and show her around the school. Lastly, Noah loved to talk to people, and if you let him talk, he would talk your leg off. He got this trait, honestly, from both sides of our family. But Noah was also the type of kid who would let you vent and be someone who could truly actively listen to you. With the Noah Cornette Scholarship, the guidelines are set up using the criteria from the Scout Law, the Scout Oath, leadership skills, such as cheerfulness, helpfulness, and dedication to serving the community and peers, as an exhibit of some of the stories I have shared. Pam and I have asked the BEF to make the selection every year for us, because if it was up to us, every wrestler who is a senior would get the scholarship. So our choice is easy. They give us a name, and then we present the award. Before announcing the recipient, we would like to speak directly to the class of 2022. You may be sitting there and thinking that you are just an average teenager, who can just blend into the crowd with nothing extraordinary about you. Probably similar to the way Noah thought of himself. You would be mistaken to think this. Everything you do, every action you take, truly makes an impact and lasting memory on everyone around you. Each and every one of you in the crowd tonight is exceptional. You have made memories over the last 4 years that you will remember forever, and you will have stories to tell the rest of your life. Even though Noah only had 1 short year here at the high school, we still hear stories, old and new, that people share with us, which is now 8 years since he has passed. This makes us fully realize how exceptional and extraordinary he was. He wasn't just a typical teenager. My wife and I have no doubts that each and every one of you has made the same impact and will continue to impact the lives of those around you going forward. The final words that Noah spoke to me on the day that he passed was, "I love you, Dad." And I responded, "I love you too," as I pulled away with my oldest son to go to the Pirate ball game. Who would have ever thought those would be the last words spoken? Tonight, the recipient of the Noah Cornette Wrestling Scholarship I have known since the day he was born. His father and I coached Little League ball together with his son and Noah, his older son and Noah. So tonight it gives me truly a great pleasure to present this award to Travis Knoll.
The last 3 scholarships I'm just going to announce because the recipients aren't here, but I would like to recognize the generosity of the community. First, the Burrell Boys Soccer Booster Scholarship will go to Ethan Krauscher, who is at the state track meet right now. The Scott M. Swank Athletic Scholarship. Mr. Scott Swank, he was a, I think, 1967 or 68 graduate of Burrell High School. He's probably our longest and most generous donor. Mr. Swank owns a commodity features trading business, Swank Trading Company, and recently purchased part of the Steelers. And he always has continued every year to recognize a Burrell athlete. And this year's winner is Caden Ireland, who is also at the track meet. Lastly, the Reshevitz Funeral Home Special Effort Grant. The Reshevitz family generously every year provides a scholarship for our student who is always one to put forth a special effort, and that student is Isabella Lager, who is also not here tonight. As we close, I'm just so proud to be at this moment where we are going to be ending the year for the class of 2022. I want to thank Dr. Boylan and Mrs. Rowland for always, helping us get through these programs. My partner, Mr. Pham, and Mrs. Yang, who lost her mind so we didn't have to lose ours. So she has made sure everything flowed so smoothly. We have the backdrop. If anyone would like to have, a family would like to take pictures with their students and their recipients, or if any recipients would like to take photos, please feel free to take photos up in front of the backdrop. But we thank you all so very much for your time, and congratulations to all of the students, class of 2022.